I hit the wall. I put my truck in reverse. Like 2 seconds later, I got rocked, like a big explosion.
Oh.
All right, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast with strong opinions about things that we may or may not know too much about.
Don't know crap about.
Boom. That's something we do know about.
Yes.
Drinking. And our opinions.
Pretty good at drinking beer.
And drunk opinions. But, hey, we're here to broaden perspectives. And we're here with Albert from San Antonio. And you may know him.
Alberto.
He is the proud husband of Norteño 210, who we just recently had.
Woo.
Cheers to her.
Cheers to her. Cheers to her.
Yeah.
I haven't opened up my drink, but here's a drink. That was a fun podcast. If you want to listen to that, go check it out. It's somewhere up here. And now you recently opened up or started your Military City air conditioning and heating company. But with that said, sit back, buckle up, and let's go. Too hard, too fast. Boom.
Don't drink and drive.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, where Worm and Jorge ask me questions, figure stuff out. Check us out.
Hell yeah.
Check us out. Check out Worm's OnlyFans page, too.
Yeah.
Boom.
The podcast of the century.
Right. Hey, so Albert, how do you want us to call you, bro? Alberto, Albert, Berto?
Albert's good.
Albert? All right, man.
Why? Is it because of English or Spanish or?
Spanish, yeah. I'm not really good at Spanish.
Well, it's cool.
Me
Neither is Worm.
bro. Nice. So, well, I suck at both Spanish and English, bro.
Yeah.
And I speak a little bit of German. I suck at that too, bro. So
Yeah.
He actually
I don't have a language.
He speaks better German than he does English or Spanish.
Apparently. Ich bin warm.
And
My heart is like schnell.
eventually, as we get longer into this podcast, this episode, he'll start speaking in cursive.
Uh-oh.
So try to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, let's mention you're our first guest for 2021, man. Congratulations.
Hey, I didn't know that. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the news.
Yeah. Thanks
Let's
for coming
start off
on,
this
bro.
new
As
year.
a reward, you're going to see me drunk.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Me
man.
too.
Hopefully you don't let us down and you get drunk.
Well, here, cheers to 2021, our first guest.
2021.
21 Happy
Cheers.
New Year's.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. 2021, our first guest.
Right. So, Albert, bro, I just want to know, so as you know, I'm still wearing my mask. I want to keep drinking, bro. Rona, dude, who knows? It could transmit in so many different ways. You're good, right? You're not
I'm
sick?
good. Yeah. I wiped my phone down before the meeting. So
All right, that's good, bro. All right, just want to make sure, bro. Are you okay?
Hold on, Worm. Hold on. Let me clean mine. Hold
All
on.
right. All right.
All right.
You
I
okay
think
with
we're
me
good
taking
now.
off my mask, bro? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead and take it off. I want to see your
Oh,
beautiful
my
smile.
bad. All right, bro.
All right, drink it up, Worm. You said you were going to finish that bottle of this podcast.
Just for Albert, man.
Yes.
21 guests. Hey, Albert, what were you telling us earlier, bro, about the IDs now that we hit 2021?
Oh, yeah. So I saw a video on TikTok how they were explaining like waiters and bartenders and they're going to have it a little bit easier on telling how old you are, or if you're above the age of drinking age 21, is if your driver's license has 19 whatever, then that means you're old as hell and you can drink.
Dang, dude, you know what? I never thought that's true. Huh? Dude, it's because, so I have I was going to say a cousin. She's my second cousin because it's my cousin's kid, but whatever. She's my cousin. She was born in 2000. I keep thinking she's like 10, 12 years old, but she's 21, dude. It's like
21 already, yeah. Yeah, I got little cousins like that too. I'm like, what? How old are you?
I know.
Why are you driving? Like, what?
Aren't you still in middle school? But
Yeah.
and time flies for us old people, I guess, dude. It's like,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
I recently went to H-E-B to buy some stuff, some drink. You know how, like, if you do the self-checkout, you scan the alcohol, and then it comes up that somebody needs to come and say that you're okay. Usually, I'll scan it and I'll look around for that person, and that person can be like doing something, be like you not even looking at what's going on, and they're doing something, and all of a sudden they just go, and they come through you. It's like how do they know? Do they have a thing in their ear? I don't know. She's coming, and I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna check for my ID, so I always pull it out, my wallet, and my ID. And
I pull that out sometimes.
I show it to her, and she does this move.
That's small.
Like, oh, real quick, yeah.
So you didn't even that quick. It's just like you didn't even. I bet you didn't even find the date, and it's okay.
I don't even know where the date is on my driver's license. So yeah,
exactly. It's our driver's license. We still have to look for it. I wonder nowadays if it's easier to get away with buying alcohol or getting into a bar. Well, not right now. Bars are closed, but buying alcohol
because of the mask,
with a fake ID, because you're wearing a mask.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
it's like, actually, I had one. It just happened once where someone said, "Oh, do you mind taking off your mask so I could just verify your ID?"
Really?
I guess, yeah. So I mean, that happened, and that was at HEB, but that only happened once.
I wonder. I was wondering that because now that everything's getting or still crazy. Like first asking someone to take off your mask is like, whoa, I'm exposing myself now. I can give you something, you can give me something, or you can figure out that I have a fake ID.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I be using that and then abusing that too.
Yeah, well, because in college we did have a friend that had a fake ID, and I don't think he looked anything like the ID. I'm thinking now with the mask, especially you have the mask, and then you have a hat. And all you see is the eyes.
Yep.
Well, in college, I was able to get away buying beer without an ID in El Hueso.
In El Hueso. Oh, yeah, there was a store. There's always a sketchy store. We did.
Yeah.
You got to go
everybody knows what store to go to.
Right? Hey, Albert, I want to know, bro, what are you drinking, bro? What are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking a bourbon whiskey.
Dang.
It's called Merica Bourbon.
Merica.
It's a veteran-owned small company.
Okay, nice.
And
in San
it's
Antonio,
veteran-owned, American-made. So basically, there's other bourbons that are actually owned by overseas companies. So they're really proud on being American-made and American-owned and veteran. So yeah, so I wanted to support them and try it out. So it's pretty cool. I'm liking it.
They're local? San Antonio or
no, I think I forgot where they're at. Honestly, but no, they're not from Texas. But the owner is a Marine veteran as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we're gonna get to that. You're a Marine as well. That's why you're proud of that, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay. Full disclosure. I follow you. We follow each other.
Yeah.
You're somehow associated with them, right?
With yeah. So they had a kind of like an open call for ambassadors. So brand reps, I guess you would call it, or ambassadors. So I hit them up, and the cool thing is that I like how they set it up. They're like, we don't care how many followers you have. We don't care if you have 5 followers or 20,000 followers. We just care that you will genuinely try it, be honest about it, and post about it. And that's all I ask. And another reason to buy a bottle. So I can't complain.
And that's a cool hat too, man. I like the hat.
Oh yeah. They sent me some merch, and they sent me a promo code and all that. So yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Well, hey, what is the promo code? Like, is this for your discount or you get something from it?
I think I get a little kickback, but there's a link on my Instagram page, which is Sergeant Gadbod 210, and there's a link on my bio right there. So if anybody's interested and they want to check it out, they want to read about the company, hey, go for it.
But Albert, I guarantee you this, bro. I'm gonna buy some, and then when I get it, we want you back on. Is that cool?
Let's do it.
All right, man.
Let's do it.
Then I'll get drunk again.
Yes.
And then I'll tell you what I really think about it. No, I'm kidding. But you know what? I know you're associated with them. It's one of your favorite drinks. But we still want to give too hard, too fast rating on it from
Yeah,
1.0 to 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us your too hard, too fast rating on it based on the label, the taste, and the alcohol content. Obviously, it's a bourbon, so it's high.
Yeah.
And the price.
So what was the scale again? I'm sorry.
From 1.0 to 2.
Okay.
So using decimals.
Or should we give them an example,
hard, too
George?
fast.
That way, should we give them an example? That way he has some time to think about it?
Yeah, let's do it. Do your wine.
All right. Well, this is a common wine. Just your typical STE wine, right? So this is actually my go-to.
What is STE
I've been
wine?
drinking it since college. It's my go-to.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I like it. You know why? Because let me see, just to make sure. I think it's 12% alcohol. Shoot, I lost it.
Yeah, wine is strong.
All right,
Usually
but
divided in a box.
it's made in Fort Stockton, Texas, so I like that it's local. 12% alcohol, dude. Yes, it's a little bit strong. It's just the regular red. There's a sweet one, but I like the dry red one. And man, $6, $7.
Yay.
To me, yeah, it's my go-to. I like it a lot. I give it, and I know it's a little bit high. So based on the label's all right. So it's all right. But based on the alcohol content and the price, George is gonna disagree, but that's okay. It's gonna be my rating's gonna be a little high, but I give it a 1.71.
What? No. Scratch that off the table.
No. You see,
Dude,
I told you, Albert, he does this to me all the time. Hey, Albert believes in the First Amendment. I believe in the First Amendment, freedom of speech. All right, I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm entitled to be wrong. Okay, I don't care what you think, bro.
How's the hangover though?
What?
How's the hangover?
Oh, that's horrible. That makes it go down to a 1.3, but while I'm drinking it, it's a good 1.7 because I feel like, man, I didn't spend that much.
Yeah.
Job done. The taste is okay, you know what I mean? But maybe because I'm used to it. And
After the first glass, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. There's nothing wrong with trash wine. Trash wine. I'm down with trash wine.
It's not trash. They used it at church, right?
It's value.
I'm Catholic, and they use this wine sometimes. But no, very quick. I just want to say that George retracted a rating in the past, and I'm very upset about that. But okay. Go ahead, George.
We can talk about that later, but I did. All right, so now that you know.
Yeah. Okay, so the label, hey, you can't go wrong with Merica.
You can't go wrong with Merica. And those wings, what kind of wings are those? They almost look like red wings.
I think
they're not wings at all.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Shoot. I like the label. Nice.
Yeah. Label. Alcohol content is 45%, which is pretty good. Normally, it's kind of like all the other ones I've seen are around 40, so this is 45. It's pretty good.
Nice.
The taste is, I like it. I'll be honest, I'm not a connoisseur. I haven't tried out all these other ones, but it goes down smooth. I don't know if you can tell, but I add some orange slices in there.
Oh, nice.
And that kind of just helps it have a good flavor with it. Price, it's $25. I think
not bad. Damn.
Yeah, veteran owned, like I said earlier. I'll give it a let's see. I'll give it a 1.8.
Nice.
1.8. I'll accept it for a lot of reasons. You know, you're a Marine. It's Marine owned, American made.
Yep.
Yeah, the price is real good too. Price
is good. Price is good. Alcohol. I was surprised. Dude, I was surprised because I thought you were going to say 40%. Because in my head I was thinking, typical 40%. So 45%.
Yeah,
that's not. That's good.
Pretty good.
My dad's a Marine, so that helps it. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I'm a very proud son. That's a good. I'm 100% agree with your rating, no matter what. Even when I taste it.
Thank you for your blessing.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, you don't want his blessing, bro. George, you have a beer?
I have a beer today. You guys are drinking harder than me, but I went to the store and I saw this and I couldn't pass it up.
Albert and I are the only ones going too hard, too fast, bro. But it's
going hard.
Hey, I got my other drink in here. You know, I always stick with my vodka, but that's cheap vodka and it doesn't deserve a review at all. And there's some cheap vodkas that are good. But this is a Karbach Brewsanity.
Okay.
And it's a 8.5% alcohol.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
The only thing that kind of threw me off is that it says, like, right here, it says insanely delicious. And then again, it says insanely delicious. And it's like, oh, I feel like sometimes when you put it too much, it may not be delicious. It's not open, so we'll see.
We'll see.
8.5 Golden Strong Ale.
Are they brewed here in San Antonio?
Houston, I believe. Yeah, Karbach.
Isn't there a Karbach tap room or something here in San Antonio or no?
Oh, I don't know. There might be.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I know Karbach is very popular here in San Antonio because we're so close. Yeah, I was just telling Worm earlier before you got on that we've done way too many Karbachs. So Karbach, come on, hit us up. But we did do a Karbach actually with Norteño 210, your wife.
Oh, really?
We did a Karbach. Sorry, it wasn't a high rating. So let's try this one.
Let's see if the beer's delicious.
Insanely delicious.
Is it an IPA, lager, or what is it?
It's an ale. I don't know what the Golden Strong means, if that's just a gimmick or if that's an actual thing, but it's an ale. Dude, actually, this is not bad at all. This is way better than that you'll shoot your eye out one we had.
Looks like it's a stout, but you said it's an ale?
Is this ale?
What would you compare it to?
It is dark. Compare it to
like a Shiner Block or Ziegenbach?
Initially like a Shiner, but then Ziegenbach is a thing. But
I love Ziegenbach.
There's like a aftertaste that I can't pinpoint. It's a little weird, but not bad. The label is pretty cool. Don't care for the insanely delicious part. It kind of almost threw me off. 8.5 is awesome. It's for a 6-pack. It was about $9, so that's not bad at all. 1.73.
That's too high, bro. That's too high.
No. 1.73.
I haven't tried it, so I don't agree. Until I've tried it.
You were waiting for that, weren't you, Worm? You were waiting for that. 1.73. I would if I knew of a store that has this, I would drive to it. And that's what it rates.
Want to recount?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That too.
Here we go. And then I'm gonna have to storm wherever you're recounting. I might have to cut that out. I don't know. Too soon?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
Forget your votes.
Find the votes.
Come on, Karbach.
I know, right?
Yeah. Sponsor your podcast.
Karbach, come on, Karbach. I've drank plenty of it for you. No, but 1.73, I think that's a good one. So 1.0 to 1.3, it's like if it's there, somebody already bought it for you, you're going to drink it. Yeah. 1.4 to 1.6, if you see it at the store, you're going to buy it.
Right.
1.7 to 1.9, you don't mind driving to the store that has it.
Okay.
If you get that too hard, too fast, you're going to drive to the store that has it, drive to the city that has it, and then you're going to stay there because you're going to go too hard. So that's what those ratings mean. And I think we all hit them. It's pretty spot on, especially when Worm said 1.3 for the wine.
Hell yeah.
Have you guys tried Don Julio 1942?
Too rich for my blood.
That
No,
tall bottle?
So I've heard of it. I've never had it.
I got my wife the bottle, Norteño 210. I got her the bottle for her birthday, and it's really good. I was surprised. It is pricey, but it's kind of like one of those things. Like I want to try it once at least. But yeah, it's definitely a smooth tequila. Yeah, it's one of those like I got a promotion.
I don't know if you can afford it, Worm.
I got a promotion or a wedding gift or something. Special occasion type thing, but yeah.
Oh, so it's not just for me to be selfish and just get drunk.
I mean, you can if you're living that life. You're getting paid like that good money.
Shoot, I guess I'll have to sacrifice not drinking some wines for a couple weeks and
pick up a side hustle.
Yeah, there we go. Pick up a side hustle. So
only
maybe we'll do it. We'll do it when Too Hard Too Fast hits like those subscriber milestones, those
There you go.
listenership milestones.
Yeah, there you go.
So we'll do it.
Celebrate for that. There you go. 100 subscribers. Please subscribe.
There you go.
Hey, Albert. Huh?
Somos pocos pero locos.
Pero locos. Hey, Albert.
All right, let's get into Albert's story.
I want to get into your life, bro. Let's hear more about you, bro. Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Yeah.
You know,
So
high school and military when you join, all that stuff, bro.
Yeah. So San Antonio, born and raised. My family is from the east side of San Antonio, so like New Braunfels, Gevers, Hayes Street, all that over there on the east side. My father passed away when I was 2 months old. On the east, in the east side community, and my mom, after that, a few years later, we moved out of the east side. We moved to the northeast area by Jackson Middle School. But every weekend, every summer, I always went back to the east side. That's where my family is at. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I love it there. A lot of people hate on it, you know, or they call it really rough. But just like the west side or south side, if you mind your business, you're not messing with anybody, they're not going to mess with you, you know. So, I mean, I love the east side. So that's where I grew up at pretty much.
Yeah, and that's true, too. That's true. Like, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business. Don't be stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't mess with what I've got going on right here. I'm not going to mess with what you got going on over there.
And be friendly. Like, I think, like, be friendly. Like, you befriend somebody next to you, your neighbor, they're going to look out for you.
Yeah.
No matter what you think of them or what they look like, they're going to look out for you.
Damn.
Yes, definitely.
See, so I mind my business, but I'll have a hard time not acting stupid. So.
Oh. See, I went to high school at Lee High School at that point.
Okay, nice.
I did. My mother, to be honest, had an issue with alcohol. So when I was like an early teenager, I have an older sister and a younger sister and a brother. But it was me and my older sister that were living with my mom at the time. I was about 13, 14. My sister was about 15, 16. And my mom just came home drunk one night and she's like, y'all need to leave. So she kicked us out. We weren't bad kids, like A's and B's, good kids, not in the streets, not in the drugs, nothing crazy. Like, we weren't bad. But she just was, going through her own stuff, I guess you'd call it. And so at the age of 14, I was basically homeless, and we went from friends to family to friends and kind of just bouncing around. So
did you guys stick together, or were you guys separated while you guys were?
At first, we were together, and then we went to one of my uncle's house for a little while, and then when I turned 15, when I went to high school, when I was a freshman in high school, I became friends with a senior in high school, and he had his own apartment.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, hey, man, let me rent your couch, basically. I'll go get a job, and I will pay you rent just to sleep on your couch. You know what I mean? Because I was tired of the commute from where I was at, and by this point, I felt like I was I had to grow up real quick. We had to grow up real quick, so I wanted to, just get out there and, be in charge of myself. So, hey, I'll get a job. I'll pay whatever I need to pay. And luckily, he let me. He let me rent the apartment. So at the age of 15, basically, I was 15, 16, I was on my own already.
Wow. What was your job, if you don't mind me?
My first job was Murray Callender's. I was a bus boy at Murray Callender's. I don't know if you remember that. And then
are they still around? They're still around somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten there. I know my wife probably has, but I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, it was over there by that dealership that has Native American.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know about that Native American statue?
Yeah, like huge.
Yeah.
There's no way it's still there by now, right?
No, it's still there. And
It's still there.
It has first jersey. But, if you look at it a certain way, it looks like it has a penis.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, really? I swear. So if you're driving on 410 and you're looking at the statue, right?
Wait. Hold on. Say that again. If you're driving where?
On 410. So it's off of 410. So you drive past it, and you have to look back at it. Well, the statue, his hand is down, So his thumb is on his side, and if you look at the right angle, it looks like a penis. Yeah. So now,
I'm gonna do that.
Don't wreck your car, but try to pick it up.
Just stop in the freeway to look at it, and then
yeah. So yeah, I worked there for a little while, and then my next job as a teenager was Tom's Ribs. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was off of 410 in Van Jackson.
Well, it's also we're not originally from San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a barbecue joint, and I started as a dishwasher. I worked all my way up to cook, and stayed in high school and paid bills, and then got my own apartment, all that stuff.
Damn, man.
So I graduated from Lee High School. I was really good at auto mechanics, so I got a small scholarship to a technical college in Houston, UTI. And so I
wait. Did you just call it UTI?
Yeah, Universal Technical Institute, something like that.
Urinary tract infection?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
Was that a joke? It was like when you were there? No?
I don't think so. I don't remember it. It should have been though.
Okay, well, here's the thing. That's funny. I just thought of as soon as you said it, we came to San Antonio. We went to college to Our Lady of the Lake. When we got there, we were called the Armadillos. But eventually, the name got changed to the Saints because too many people were calling us the Armadillos. And so apparently it was too offensive. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm always thinking of names with how stuff works out.
I didn't even know you. I know STI. I didn't know UTI. But anyways, Albert, don't listen to this guy, bro. Don't let him interrupt you, bro. Just say
George. It's all good.
Hey, so you got a small scholarship?
I got a small scholarship. I moved to Houston. I didn't have obviously I was already on my own, so I didn't have any obligations here in San Antonio. So I was like, I'll move. I don't care.
This was right after high school, so you were 18.
Right after high school, so I moved to Houston, and I started technical college. I was really good at it. 4.0 GPA. Well, my scholarship ran out, and so they called me into the office. They said, "Hey, you didn't fill out your FAFSA form. We need your parents' information, your parents' tax information, and in order to fill out your FAFSA form so you can have your tuition." I said, well, that might be a little difficult. I haven't talked to my mom in years. And she was a bartender, and I think she got paid under the table. So, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
basically what they told me is you have a week to get this information or else we're going to withdraw you from school.
Damn.
So I went back. I tried to get a hold of her. I got a hold of her, but she didn't respond after that. So I got withdrawn from school, from tech college there. So that sucked, but I stayed in Houston for a little bit. I was struggling. I had a job, but paying for gas and paying rent, I was like, what am I doing? So I came back to San Antonio. That
blows my mind just to I'm going to interrupt you, but
yeah.
It's that blows my mind. Imagine 4.0, obviously this kid, wants to make something for himself, of himself.
Yep.
And is trying, but just because he can't pay, because you want him to pay ridiculous amounts of money that he can't do with a second job or a first job or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you just put this kid through college or give him another scholarship, figure something out, he's eventually going to become a positive figure in the community that pays taxes.
Well, they wouldn't
and
even
have money to pay taxes.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even sign me up for a loan or a school loan or government loan. You know what I mean? They're like, no,
because it has to be because of the FAFSA, which it's so stupid on its own.
All right, hold on. Okay, so I'm glad George interrupted though, because I didn't want to interrupt you. So I'm glad George did it. Anyway, so I mean, I've been working in higher ed or in universities for several years, right? So I did work in financial aid. So if anyone knows, in case anyone needs this, so it's a shame that they did that because when you do your FAFSA, so if you're under the age of 24. Typically, you do need your parents' information.
Right.
However, though, if there's circumstances where you were homeless I don't know if you talked to a high school counselor at that time and they're aware of that.
So what they told me at the time, what the lady at the college told me. She was like, the only way you can do it without your mom is that if you were legally emancipated by the court. And I wasn't. I was just get out of my house and I lived on my own.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Maybe it's changed over the years, but usually there's something called a special circumstance. So, you know, if people out there, if they know someone in this situation, contact George or 2R Too Fast. I'll give you more information. But no, maybe it was different back then, but at least now. So there's something called a special circumstance. So yeah, emancipation, or if you were homeless by high school, but also it's actually the director of financial aid. He could override all that, and just if you provide documentation, he could easily be basically vouch for you and say, no, I approve this, and then they'll be able to process everything for the FAFSA, so you could get that. So it's a shame that they didn't even go to that extent. They just, I think, you do it or you don't. So
it being a technical college, I think they were more of like a for-profit type thing.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? So they didn't really care about all that. It's all about numbers, get people in, get people out. So
yeah, that's a shame.
But hey, everything happened for a reason, so I'm not bitter about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But hey, like you said, if anybody's out there listening, hey, reach out. There's nowadays there's a lot of options.
There's a lot of people that are trying to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get back to the stories. This is
what Albert, so you're in Houston, bro. So they did that. That's shameful.
So I'm in Houston, and I remember my breaking point in Houston. I was leaving work. I worked at AutoZone in Houston, and I had an old school car. I had a 1974 Nova, and I remember, like, my breaking point was I ran out of gas because I had no more money. So I had to push my car, this old tank, down the road to the gas station. I walked to the pawn shop down the street. I think I had a ring or something on me. And I pawned the ring and I put gas in it. And I was like, okay, I think this is my sign to get out of here. So I came back to San Antonio. I transferred AutoZone. So I ended up working at AutoZone here in San Antonio. I got another job. I was a mechanic as well. I was doing like oil changes for a small shop, mom and pop shop. Oil changes, tune-ups. You know, I was young. I was only 18, 19. So I started making money because I had two jobs. And honestly, I started spending my money on the wrong stuff. You know, I started drinking. I started hanging out with some friends that weren't good for me or whatever. And I saw myself getting into a lifestyle that either I'm going to stay that way or I'm going to have to make a decision and do something about it. So I decided to join the Marine Corps at that point. I was in ROTC in high school, and the Marine recruiter, I always thought, I like the Marines. They seem badass. They're really cool. They seem tough. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all the way, basically what my mindset was. So I always thought the Marine Corps was awesome. So I always told myself, if I do join the military, that's the one I'm going to pick. Really? And the recruiters they're pretty pushy. If you're in ROTC, they're pretty pushy because they know that you already kind of have that mindset. But I told him, I said, look, if you ask me or bother me again, I'm not going. Like, I'm never going to call you if I need you. So he left me alone. So I kept his number. I called him back. I was like, hey, I'm ready. He's like, all right, let's go. So I think a week later I shipped out. So that was May 2006 is when I left.
Hold on right there. Worm, what were you doing May 2006?
I was in high school.
You're in high school?
Yeah, I was in high school.
I was finishing my freshman year in college.
Okay.
So, dang, I thought you were going to be doing something stupid. That's why I asked you. Yeah, that's what I thought you were.
Oh, yeah, I was getting drunk for sure.
Yeah.
With Mickey's, by the way. That was drink in high school.
MD 2020, yeah.
MD 2020s. All right, May 2006, you shipped out. What was that? What did you feel? What were you feeling like? Were you feeling relief or were you feeling like nervous?
Well, how old were you, though? Were you like 19 or 20?
I was 19 at the time.
19? Oh, okay. Still young.
I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous until I got there.
Were you in good shape before you went?
It was decent. I was decent. I wasn't, Yeah, I was in decent. I was in ROTC and all that stuff, but yeah, it wasn't bad. That physical part of it wasn't bad, but going into it, I knew what I was doing. I knew why I joined. I was like, you know what, this is only gonna, it's only gonna better my life no matter what. You know? I was like, I want to do something badass now. Like, I want to be somebody. I want to go over the overseas. I want to do something cool. I want to wear that uniform. So I did it, and no regrets. One of the best decisions of my life. So
Where were you stationed, and what was your favorite place that you were stationed?
Oh, after boot camp, right?
So yeah, after boot camp. So after my job training, basically. So my job in the Marine Corps was a mechanic as well. So I was good at it. I had good scores on my ASVAB, so I could basically pick whatever I wanted. And I was like, well, I'm a marine mechanic, so I might as well keep doing what I know. But so they asked you like a wish list of where you would like to get stationed. In no way, shape, or form is that a guarantee. But if it's open, they might let you go there. So my first wish list was Okinawa, Japan. I think I put California, and I think I put Texas. And luckily, I got Okinawa.
Why was your first one Okinawa, Japan?
I wanted the experience. I wanted to get away. I mean, like I said, like if I'm gonna do something, I want to go all the way out. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I'm in, but I'm here. Like no, I want to go all the way. I want to travel the world. I want to learn something. So Okinawa. So I got shipped to Okinawa. That was awesome. I loved Okinawa. That was the best part of my Marine Corps career. Okinawa, not just Okinawa itself, but the unit I was with, the guys that I met there, and we deployed to Iraq from Okinawa. That deployment, I learned a lot about myself. Learned a lot about war, basically, and so I actually got my first unit was a reconnaissance unit. So I guess to break it down, it's kind of like comparable to like a special forces unit. They're not like a regular grunt unit. They're a little bit more of a special task force. They have jobs that are a little bit more invasive and, so, but still, I'm still a mechanic. So I got lucky when we went to Iraq, and I was good at what I did. I was good at my job. So the Recon Marines, they said, we're going to pick 3 mechanics to go out with us on our missions. You have to be good at what you do. So they picked me to go out with them. So in Iraq, we shipped to Iraq. I think that was 07, 08 area time frame. I went to Iraq. So in Iraq, our mission was reconnaissance. So our job was to go and clear certain regions of Iraq. So we had, we went from house to house, and we're getting the adult male's name, writing all that stuff down, taking all that information, scanning the adult males, so that making sure that there wasn't any high-profile targets that are hiding out somewhere, making sure that they didn't have any bomb-making material. They were allowed 1 weapon for their family protection, and that's it. So if they had anything above that, or arsenal, or anything that they can make bombs out of, we confiscated, and we basically interrogate them and figure out, hey, what's going on? Why do you have this type stuff? So that was our job in Iraq. Again, I'm still a mechanic. So these are all, Marines, infantry Marines that are trained to do that. And I'm there on the mission with them. So we would go on missions about 20 to 30 day missions. So we would go out for 20 days and then come back to our main base, resupply, do all that, and then we'd go out for another 20 or 30 days. So that was kind of like the process there.
You're still like, because I felt like you were kind of playing it down, saying I'm just a mechanic, and then the other Marines, the infantry Marines.
Right in the middle.
You're still in the middle. Like, what is that feeling?
I guess the reason why I say that is because I have a lot of respect for those Marines, because they are the definition of a warfighter. Like, like that is they're trained 24/7. I was trained to work on vehicles, and also every Marine's a rifleman. I was trained that way as well. from my mission for them was to make sure that their vehicles were up to par so that they can complete their mission. Everybody's on the same team. You know what I mean? So they respected me. I respected them, and that's why I kind of just differentiate. I want to make people aware that respect is still there inside the Marine Corps, as well as other. I know, people give each other crap about Air Force, Navy. We pick on each other, right? But when it comes down to it, we're all on the same team in Iraq, Afghanistan. We all know who, we know what we're doing. And so in Iraq, it got crazy. I'm not gonna lie. There was one event in particular. It was on a mission. We were doing what I talked about. We were clearing houses. So at the end of the day, we would bunker up. So we would basically make 10 vehicles into a circle, and we would camp for the night, and then plan the next day where we're going. So we were about to circle up and camp out, but we have one more house to clear. All right, let's go hit that house on the hill, and then we're gonna camp out. Well, we split up. There's 2 houses, so we split up. Like we had 5 vehicles went to this house, and 5 vehicles went to the other house. And then once we did that, the other team that was on the other house, they started receiving gunfire. So the team that I was with, we U-turned, and we're like, all right, we got to go that way. We got to go, figure out what's going on. Well, to find out, it was about 14 insurgents that were bunkered up into this one little shack, basically. So when our Marines were stacked on the house, and every house we did, it's relatable to what you see the SWAT team do, where they line up against the wall and then they kind of go in quick. That's basically what we did on every house. So when they did that, the first Marine went in and the whole team went in. They were ambushed. So we tried to get everybody out, but we still were. One Marine was short. He was in the house. So we couldn't just leave or retreat or whatever. Yeah. So we had to stay there and get our Marine out and figure out what's going on. So we were fighting back and shooting at the house, and there's grenades going off and stuff going on. It's crazy. But we realized that our rounds weren't going through the house. So there was tracer rounds like every so often in your round. So the tracers would stick to the wall. So our rounds weren't going through the wall. So we realized that somehow they reinforced this mud hut, and we weren't getting anywhere by shooting at the house. So my gunnery sergeant at the time, his last name was Robert Blanton. He was like, "Hey, Gonzo," my last name is Gonzales. So he's like, "Hey, Gonzo, you ready to earn your paycheck?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go." So the truck I was driving is a armored up supply truck. So it had tons of armor. It had a big attachment on the front. So he was like, "What I want you to do is we're going to call ceasefire on our side, and you're going to hit the building, collapse the wall to expose these guys. That way we can figure out where our Marine is, and we can figure out, continue the fight." So I was like, "Hey, let's do it." So I got my truck ready, and we called ceasefire with a radio. I hit the wall. I remember, grenades going off. You could hear rounds and stuff. This is a fully armored truck, though. So I wasn't really worried about that stuff yet. I hit the wall. I put my truck in reverse. Like 2 seconds later, I got rocked, like a big explosion. I'm like, dang. So I would say I was out for about 20 to 30 seconds. I was like dizzy, kind of like a lot of people will compare it to video games. Like if you play Call of Duty, like everything slows down. You hear the beep, like you hear all that. It's real, like everything. Well, they call it fog of war. It's like a fog. Like everything slows down. It's weird. All the adrenaline that's pumping. You know what I mean? So I come through. My gunny was like, "Hey," shaking me. "Hey, Gonzo, you all right? We're good." Well, the truck was dead. I couldn't move it anymore. So basically, we had to get out because we're basically in the middle of everything now. Our guys are surrounding us. They had our backs, but we're in the middle of it now. So we had to exit the vehicle and kind of just maneuver out. Well, I remember getting out. I remember slipping, getting out. We joined a team. We clear out. Long story short, we ended up, that Marine ended up passing away. So, but we took over the scenario. We did what we had to do. We got him out of there. We took our wounded Marines out. We got them flown out. So we had to camp that night. We had to camp right next to it because we had to do like an after action report. I had to assess all the vehicles that got damaged because I was a mechanic. I was going to fix them. And that night, that's when it really hit me because we were kind of just, the Marines were talking about what happened, and one of the Marines said, "Hey, Gonzo, like that guy like almost got in your truck." I said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you didn't know?" I was like, "No, what?" He's like, "When you hit that wall, a guy came out of the house with a suicide vest and climbed on your door, was trying to open your door." And that was a big explosion that happened that rocked me. That's what it was. I thought it was a grenade or something that.
Yeah, wow, dude.
But yeah, it was actually a guy with a suicide vest climbed on my door, was trying to open my door.
Wow.
So, and the Marines that were behind me, the recon Marines, basically did what they had to do to stop him, and he ended up blowing up. So when I got out of the vehicle, I slipped, and that was blood, basically. I didn't know that at the time. So I'm taking all this in. I'm like what? Like, like I said, when everything's happening, it's happening in slow motion, all this adrenaline, you don't think about it. You're just kind of like, what do I have to do to like get out of here alive, basically? And that happened, and that was definitely the biggest part of my life and Marine Corps career. That was like, all right, this is one. I felt like I was doing something. Two, I felt somebody was watching over me. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot about myself and about the Marine Corps and about the war. So yeah.
Dude, well, in that case, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, you downplaying it, and I think, knowing from my dad, my grandpa, they were military. Anybody, my friends, they always downplay what they did in the military, whether because they wanted to talk about it or don't want to talk about it, or they just feel like they didn't do enough. You maybe didn't realize that you did it right now, but you said I was just a mechanic and they're the recon Marines, and so we have respect for each other. But you got to realize right here, Worm and I, we're never served. We're completely ignorant of how that is, what happens over there. Like, we keep up with news. We're not fully aware of these lives are always in danger, and people give up their lives for us, for our freedom, and we're very appreciative. But
cheers to them, by the way.
Cheers.
All of them. For your service, man. God bless that unit. Everything.
Yeah, man. So for us, we're just citizens.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're just here.
Williams.
We're just here. You guys are the ones that went and continue to go for us. So never downplay that.
No,
never.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So this is your story just opened up a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
I can't even I've heard my grandpa's stories. I've heard my dad's stories.
Yeah.
Every story I hear always opens up like a different level of appreciation. It's it's just nuts, especially what you're like 19, 20-year-old.
Right. I was 20
doing this.
Time. Yeah.
I don't even want to ask Worm what he was doing as a 19, 20-year-old. Because it's always something disgusting.
Yeah.
So it's still taking years of life to reflect on it, to actually for it to be, like you said, a lot of military guys are like, oh, it was nothing, whatever, right? It's taking years.
I was just doing what I had to do.
Yeah. It's taking years. It's been taking years to, all right, self-reflect, like, you know what? I did do that, I did almost die or whatever. And that's why you see a lot of Marines or military, they start getting more proud about their service later in life. And I think that's because they realize what they did after the fact. You know what I mean? And they go back into society and they're like, wait a minute. People are complaining about what? You know what I mean? Americans are complaining about what? Or when I was in the military, I had to do this or I had to, do that. So then they start realizing, man, I didn't have to do that. That was all volunteer. You know what I mean? and you get more proud about your service or your experiences in life. And that's why I feel like a lot of, for me, I'm speaking for myself, I'm more proud now than when I was actually in the Marine Corps. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm a Marine. Like, you know what I mean? I got a tattoo now. In the Marine Corps, I was like, oh, when I was in, I was like, oh, I'll never get a tattoo with the Marine. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, no, I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's taking life experiences after the fact and meeting other veterans and meeting civilians that respect and give us the support to realize, like, yeah, like, it actually is something. So I do appreciate that, that you're saying that, because a lot of veterans don't feel that. They don't feel it right when they get out. So that's why a lot of veterans, they end up going in the wrong direction, because they don't feel that support. They don't understand it. They're like, why did I do that? Why was I in? Like, people don't care. Or
and that's sad that they have to feel that, because again, we live in the USA where it's great to live here. Like, we have our problems. We're living through some problems, but we're still very
first world problems. That's all we really have.
We're very fortunate, and I think it fails. And this is just me talking my perspective. I think it fails in the fact that even though we're appreciative, we don't express it as much. Like, okay, there's Veterans Day and there's Memorial Day, but why can't I just say it whenever just you see somebody in uniform, like, hey, thank you. Whatever you're doing, thank you.
You know what makes it hard? I think the issue is, and coming from me as a veteran, we're still in Iraq. We're still in Afghanistan. So we're in a war that is happening, and people are like, oh, you guys are ready. You've been there. You're still there. Like, it's not. They don't think of it as Vietnam or World War I or World War II. It's still war, though. We still are losing servicemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so. I think people are just drowned out. Like, it's just, we've been there so long. It's not a new thing anymore. Like, yeah. We have people over there. That's basically the other way to see it. I mean, that's what I think is happening. It's like, yeah, we've been there for 15 years in Afghanistan. Like, longest war or that we've been in.
So it's always in the back of your mind that there's still your fellow Marine brother, other people serving. They're still there right now, right? Probably going through similar experiences, while the rest of the population is so disconnected. Because you're right. I guess we're just numb to it now.
So the reason why I'm pointing out my shirt is a red. So you might hear this, or you might see veterans wear red on Fridays. And remember, everybody deployed. That's some. I wanted to wear red for that reason on Friday. Just kind of put that out there, and because there are still people deployed, and there's still people over there.
I never knew that. Said, growing up military.
RED, Yep. Wow. So I learned a lot, and I ended up. Thank God, I have 10 toes, 10 fingers. You know what I mean? I wasn't. I had a TBI. I didn't know I had a TBI at the time, but so a traumatic brain injury. But I didn't know I did. I just kind of dealt with it, and then I got PTSD from Iraq. But I didn't know I had PTSD. I just got. I like to drink a lot, and I just got. I was a Marine, so I went back to Okinawa after Iraq. And from Okinawa, they sent me to California. That was my next station.
Okay. So
my next station was California, and I was now in a different unit, different structure, different style unit. Still mechanic, but now I'm in a supportive row, like a logistics battalion. So it wasn't about war or like the battalion I was in before. So now. By this time, though, I was a corporal, so I was at NCO. I had some ranks. I had some experience. So we were gearing up for Afghanistan at that point. So they said, "Hey, Gonzo, you're EAS." So I was about to get out of the Marine Corps within like 3 or 6 months, and they said, "You know, you don't have to deploy because your end of contract is going to happen in the middle of deployment. So you are allowed to stay back and just ride out the rest of your Marine Corps enlistment, and then just get out of the Marine Corps. Or you can extend your military contract to go on to Afghanistan, and then when you get back from Afghanistan, you can get out of the Marine Corps. So they gave me the option. So at the time, by this time I was 21, 22, and so I went to Iraq. I learned a lot. I started seeing Marines. Now I was an NCO, so I was in charge of the Marines now. So the Marines underneath me were 18, 19.
Okay.
The young Marine, you know what I mean? And they haven't gone anywhere. They don't know. They haven't seen nothing. They haven't gone anywhere. And I felt like obligated. I was like, why would I leave these guys that haven't gone anywhere without any guidance? And at least if I can contribute something, I can at least go with these guys and like, hey, help train them or like whatever. I just felt like they're young, they're a little bit younger than me, not that much younger than me, but I just felt like it was my obligation. Like they're my Marines, I want to go with them. I want to make sure they're okay. And I wasn't married. I was single. My family back home, they supported me. They loved me. They knew what I was doing. So I didn't have anything tying me into not going. I was like, yeah, I'll go. Let's do it again. So I volunteered for Afghanistan. So I extended my contract, and we went to Afghanistan. Because of my history or because of my experience with Iraq, they put me in a security company. So we were basically holding security for engineers. And the engineers in our Afghanistan, what they did is they improved the roads or they improved bridges out there. They basically start helping the community if something happened or like an engagement happened and something got damaged, we would fix the roads, or IED blew up the road, we would help fix the road, we would improve. Basically, was there to help improve the roads and the system and the infrastructure as much as we could to also help us complete our mission as well while we're there. So my job was to hold security for those engineers. So when these guys are paving the roads, we're basically posting up, watching their backs.
Wow.
So that's what we would do in Afghanistan. So I was a vehicle commander, so I was the first vehicle, and my job is to make sure that we're en route and that we're communicating our location with, headquarters and all that. And our vehicle got hit by IED. We ran over this explosion, and or we ran over this bomb, and it exploded under our truck.
Oh, dang.
But it didn't explode under the mine roller, so we were like, what was it? So after every explosion, EOD comes out, they make sure there's no more around, and they kind of investigate what it was so they can kind of learn from it. Well, when they were investigating it, it was a kite string.
Oh.
So meaning somebody had to pull a kite string to make it go off. So, and when I realized that, I remember when it first happened, I looked around, I made sure my guys were okay, and I looked around, I got out of my truck and I looked around and I saw 3 kids in the distance.
Dang.
And they were doing something like raveling up kite string or something. And I was like, at the time I didn't connect it. I was scanning the area for anybody that was doing something wrong.
Yeah, not kids, yeah.
Yeah. So then that really made me understand war and the way they were having kids do this. And the way they do it is that the bad guys, the Taliban over there, will either threaten their family or they'll pay them a lot of money. Hey, we'll give you $100 if you do this, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Or you guys are protected if you guys do this. And that's what it was. It was a kite string. So they pulled it.
Yeah. Well, cowards of them to use kids, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
it's messed up. And I know a lot of people who serve and they do tours over there. I mean, sometimes they do have to confront the kids and.
Yeah, or women.
It's hard, but
they use kids and women to kind of disguise or whatever. But war is war. I mean, that's
yeah.
Yeah, we're wearing a uniform and we're establishing ourselves. We're making it clear who we are, but they're hiding behind women and children and behind acting like they're farmers or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Yeah, when you said somebody's watching over you, you definitely had somebody watching over.
Yeah, for sure.
But with that said, this is the end of part 1. We're going to have Albert here with us for part 2 on Thursday. We talked about his military life. We're going to get more into his life, what he's doing now, how he dealt with his life after military. What is he doing to be an entrepreneur in San Antonio? You know, the road is different, but it's still not easy. So come back part 2 Thursday. But with that said, Worm, what are you going to say? Show me your fake ID.
Just God bless just God bless Albert, God bless the Marines, and God bless all people who served.
Cheers.
Cheers. 100%. Worm, that is the best thing you've ever said on this podcast.
I think this is a really good episode for 2021.
Yeah,
2021, we're starting off on the right foot. So with that said, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Another podcast down the drain. Bye.
Hasta